And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Today we're taking a look at a game called Give It to the King, which I have to say is an interesting title and had quite a few jokes made about it when I brought this to the gaming group. Give It to the King is about a bunch of messengers who are all running down a hallway to give the message to the king. It's a very literal game, Give It to the King. It's a game that uses a mechanism which most people who like a lot of games often tend to not like, which is called the roll and move, which is where you're going to roll a die and move a piece that many spaces. However, many designers have managed to take this roll and move mechanism and do something interesting with it, and that's what this game does. Let's take a look at this game. It's a very high quality components, a fairly quick game. It says here 30 minutes. I think that's fairly reasonable. Here we go. In this game, you're going to put together 4 puzzle pieces that they form together to form this long passageway in which players are going to be running down with their messenger. Each player has a messenger piece, which they'll be placing on the first turn randomly. After that, they get placed in the turn order of how they reach the king. Each player is also going to have some messages, 2 messages that they're going to give to the king. You'll put these messages face down in front of you. Each message has a special ability that the message can do. Like you were telling the king that we're running low on ale, report in the court, but the symbol here shows you the special ability is, and then they also each have a value that if they get to the king, that's how much gold the king is going to give you. There's a special pile of gold here, 1 coin each, that each turn, the person who is in last place is going to get given 1 coin. Then whoever has the most gold gets this captain of the messengers. You get to be the captain of messengers, which means you acquire blame. The person who is last is going to go first each round. There's 5 rounds of the game. You keep track with these coins here. There's 5 rounds of the game. Person who's last goes first, and that person is going to roll the dice, and then once their turn's finished, it goes to the next person clockwise. So let's say I roll the die here. Okay, I'm the blue player, and I roll a 3. Well, at this point in time, I'm going to decide which person to move. See, the rules about moving are you must jump over somebody. So the person in first place can never be moved. You can't land on somebody else either. So for example, the blue player, whose turn it is, can't go 3 because he would land on yellow. So he can move the red or the green. So let's say he moves the red. 1, 2, 3. He now is going to roll again. This time he rolls another 3. So again, he cannot move the blue. He can't move the he could move the green, and he could move the yellow. So he decides to move the yellow. 1, 2, 3, like that. Now he rolls again. He rolls a 6. Wow, maybe can we move the blue now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. So he'll move the red one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which moves the red one way to the end there. The red one's way ahead. The blue player still continues to go. Rolls another 6. So he takes the green one and moves it up here. Be nice if he could move his own piece, right? Well, he could move his own piece. Now he rolled a 2, but he still can't move his own piece because he must jump another piece. So here 2, he can move the yellow one. That's the only legal piece that he could have moved by rolling a 2. So we roll again, a 5. Okay, well, he still can't move his own piece, but we can't move the red, can move the yellow, and can move the green. We'll move the yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then roll again. Another 5. All right. I can move the green now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rolling again. A 6. Can't move the yellow, but I can move the green or the red. So I'll move the green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Green is the first person to hit the king's carpet, so green gets 2 coins for doing that. Then I roll again. 5. Red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I roll again. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you have to land in the king's court by exact count. However, if you land on this first spot here, then on yellow's next turn, yellow will just automatically advance into the king's thing. But that didn't happen yet. Now, blue rolled a 6. There's no one he can move. Can't move yellow, can't move green, can't move red, and he still can't move his own piece. Now, when this happens, whoever has the captain badge must pay a coin to the king for being stupid, I guess. I don't know. And then your turn is over and the next person goes. If at any point in time you move your own piece, then you also turn the dice over. You can move up, you can keep rolling the dice as long as you roll other people's pieces. Once you move your own piece, you're done. If you roll 1, and on this die it shows this little snowflake piece here, whoever's in last place will zoom all the way up and go in front of the first person. So blue, in this instance, if I was blue, I would have been pushing my luck, moving these guys, hoping to roll this so that the first person goes to the front. When that happens also, and it's my own piece, my turn will be over and I give it to the next person. When someone makes it to the king's throne, they can reveal any of the messages that they have not turned over, and they will get that much gold. Here, for example, a report on the court and running low on ale gives me 6 coins. Then everyone gets one more message, and the next round begins, and we push everybody back, and we keep going. This captain of the messengers will switch anytime someone has more gold than anybody else. Now, after someone rolls a die, you can always play one of your special cards. You flip it face up. Now, when you flip a special card face up, you are not going to be able to get gold from that by giving it to the king. After everyone's visited the king, you can spend some gold to flip it face down, but so I guess you can use the special ability again, or you can deliver it to the king. Here's the 4 different types. This one here will let you add to a roll. This one here lets you keep the die after you roll it, even if you moved your own piece. This one here makes someone stop rolling the die, even if they moved someone else's piece. And this one here with the praying hands is basically just you get to re-roll the die, or have to re-roll the die if you play it on somebody else. So after 5 days, whoever has the most gold is the winner of the game. All right, give it to the king. Well, first of all, I think the idea of rolling and moving a piece, and as long as you don't move your own, you can keep going, is an actually very interesting idea. And I would love to see that idea put into an actual game. I'm not sure this is a game. Okay, that's kind of harsh. This is a game, but it's just that mechanism. And that mechanism by itself, done over and over and over and over and over again, can be boring. You say, Vasel, wait. Can't stop, and games like that, you roll dice over and over again, they're not boring. You're right, but they're all about pushing your luck. Here it's also about pushing your luck, but good night. This game is so annoying. You roll the die, and you're really at the mercy of whatever you roll in the die. There's almost no strategy in the game. You're like, well, yeah, you have to decide whether to move your own piece or someone else's. It doesn't matter whose piece you move, because the die results are going to determine who gets to the king first. Sure, you can turn these over, these special messages, but every time you turn one over, you're giving up the opportunity to get money or points. And when nobody moves, we take a coin from the person who has the most. Terrible rule. Terrible rule. Let's punish the guy who's winning because I deliberately messed things up on my turn. Look, that's nonsense. Here's the deal. This is a short game, 30 minutes, and yet it seems twice as long as that, because you do the same thing over and 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 over again. The components are high quality. The design is good. The idea is good. The mechanism itself is not a bad one, but it needs to be more than just rolling and moving people down a passageway. You say, Vasel, there's more. You can flip these over. But that's not more. It doesn't add enough to the game. I was bored playing this game. And I was like, what? We got to do it. We got to do this again. We got to do it again. We got to do it again. I mean, one person can literally, you saw when I played that game there, one person can literally almost finish the game on their roll. And I'm sitting there watching. And you say, but you can affect their roll. Big deal. I can make them re-roll. Or I can add to their roll. Man, I wanted to like this game. I thought it was a cool, unique idea. But this is something that was like, wow, okay, you have a cool idea here, sir. Let's take this and now let's build a game around it. Instead, we took the idea and made it. Sometimes simpler is not better. Usually it is in game design, but in this case I don't think so. So I don't think the game is horrible, and I think there are going to be some people who like it, but give it to the king, not for me.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!